Straighten that up a little bit. Right there. That's cool. YouTube, what's going on with you, man? Anybody watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And click the bell icon to be updated with further future live chat events. We do this every Sunday at 6 p.m. Let's go ahead and begin, man. Mm-hmm. Y'all gotta excuse me, man. I'm joke before we started. Oh man. Welcome to the Independent Musicians Live Chat. I go by Lakim Golden, aka Golden Gramz Productions, and you get it. You guys get it by now. You know what time it is, man. You know what we doing here. You know what I mean? You know we just ain't sitting here talking for our health. Of course, we are for the health of our career, but not just to talk. You know what I mean? Press 1. Let me know you guys are in here. You know what I mean? Press 1 if you're coming in. Press 1 if you're an independent artist. Press 1 if you're an entrepreneur. If you have anything to do with the music industry at all. Press 1 if you have a aspiration for the music industry and you're just trying to find your way. Press 1, man. Well, we welcome everybody in this live chat. This is what it's about, man. It's all about educating you guys so you can start seeing progress in your careers, man. You know what I mean? That's all we want to do. We want to educate you guys so you can see greater progress in your careers. You know what I mean? All love to everybody coming in, man. Mono, what's good with you? Joshua, what's good with you? Johnson, what's good with you? Tamika, how you doing? Vega, what's good with you? Black, what's good, bro? Jay, what's good with you, man? Ray, what's good with you, bro? I got your message too. I definitely understand, bro. I definitely understand. For sure. Much love to you guys, man. Dolo, what's good with you? Oh yeah. Make sure y'all share this video too, man. Make sure y'all share the video. You know, we got a lot of independent artists out there who don't know what their next move is, and they don't even know that things like this exist. So you know what I mean? We want to make sure everybody can get that knowledge or get this knowledge, get these keys. You know what I mean? But also before we start, keep in mind you don't have to just listen to me talk and lecture. You can always ask your questions and interrupt. Ask questions, do what you got to do because it's about one-on-one. We actually building one-on-one. I'm here helping you guys because you're here in the live chat. So if you have any questions pertaining to your individual career, make sure you ask those. You know what I mean? Dream Greeter, what's good with you, bro? Over on YouTube. Nothing much, man. I can't call it. We just blessed to see another week. You know what I mean? Blessed to see another week. Another opportunity to spread love and wealth amongst the people, bro. You know what I mean? Simone, how you doing? All right. But like I said, make sure you guys ask your questions at any point. No matter what we're talking about, ask your questions. Part-time artists. Part-time artists. Does that ring a bell for anybody? I don't know. Maybe, you know what I mean? I don't want to step on toes. Then again, I kind of do because, you know, stepping on toes, it wakes you up. It wakes you up and put things into perspective. So when I say the term part-time artist, does it resonate with any of you? You know what I mean? Does it resonate with you? Do you know what I'm getting at? Do you understand what's going on here or what that role entails when I say that an individual is being a part-time artist, a part-time musician? If it does, then we you know what I mean, we about to break a lot of stuff down, man. We're about to break stuff down, and I'm about to give you guys some methods that you can start applying today, or that you can start educating yourself on today, so you can be a full-time artist and work towards getting that full-time check from your music. You know what I mean? I know most of the time we go into certain things and certain principles or whatnot. This one is very important. It's very important, and it's probably going to be the one that's going to actually going to get things moving for you. You know what I mean? When I say part-time artist, does it resonate with anybody? Maybe I should give you a call to action. I don't know. Press 2 if you feel as if you are a full-time musician at this point in your career. Press 2 if you feel as if you are dedicating a full-time responsibility to your career at this point in your life. It's okay if you're not. You know what I mean? It's definitely okay if you're not. Just, you know what I mean? Just be honest, and we'll go from there. You know what I mean? 1 second, let me turn this on. Press 2 if you feel as if you're dedicating a full-time supervision to your career at this moment. Johnson Key said 2. Okay, word. Okay. So what I mean by that, are you working on your career every day? You know what I mean? What I mean by that, as an artist or as a musician who's choosing this as a career path, you're working on your music every single day. You know what I mean? I'm not only talking about writing music either. You're either writing in production, in the studio, or you're working on your promotional methods, which I would honestly recommend the promotional methods be the main focus. So that's what I mean by full-time. Now, if you're not a full-time artist, tell me why. If you're not dedicating a full-time supervision to your career, tell me why. And we'll figure out some things for you as far as specific methods of planning and certain approaches, because I know a lot of people may feel stuck. And when it comes time to do something with your music, you don't know what to do and you just freeze up. I understand all of those. I understand that all too very well. You know what I mean? So if you aren't dedicating a full-time position to your music career at the moment, tell me why. And take your time. You know what I mean? Take your time. We won't move on it. We won't move quicker than you guys are responding. Take your time. In the meantime, I guess it would make sense for me to tell you why I wasn't at a point in time when I wasn't dedicating a full-time approach to my own music career. Of course, we're talking about years ago. You know what I mean? I've been doing this like every day, full-time, as long as I can remember. You know what I mean? But it'll make sense for me to tell you what my issues were, why I wasn't dedicating a full-time approach to my career. Let's see. I feel stuck sometimes, Ricky Hill. No doubt. Ricky, what's good with you, bro? And that's understandable, bro. That's definitely understandable. If we're being honest, that's exactly where I was. And that's how I was feeling. Sometimes the things that you really want to do in life, you get afraid, or you fear failure so bad, or you fear being honest with yourself. Not saying you, but me personally. I feared being honest with myself and saying that I had absolutely no idea how to get my music career as a producer off the ground. You know what I mean? I feared that. You know what I mean? For most people in life, it's not about doing it, because we do what we please. We do what we please whenever we please, if time allows. But when it comes to something that we put a great value on our success in certain areas of life, music being one of them. You know what I mean? For me, definitely. So before I even established anything with my music career, the biggest thing that was holding me back was my fear of doing something wrong, or my fear of the outcome not being desirable, or the outcome being what's the word I'm looking for? Lackluster, if you will. You know what I mean? So that prevented me from doing a lot. That prevented me from seeking out knowledge. That prevented me from trying to upload beats. It prevented me from trying to build relationships with artists. It prevented me from doing a whole lot. You know what I mean? It prevented me from doing a whole lot. And in the time that you're doing so, you feel stuck, and you end up getting further and further away from your goals. You know what I mean? You end up getting further and further away from your goals that way. If you're not working on your goals constantly, every day, you get further and further every time you decide to take a break. You know what I mean? Unless you already have something established, of course. Trying to get a source of income to invest in the music. Kind of hard to balance out. The two and do music full time. I used to get off at 12:30 in the morning and stay up to 5 to work on music, and still would do it. No doubt. Mono, I definitely understand that, bro. I definitely understand that. You know what I mean? I would say income or financial income was definitely a big issue, excuse me, for me as well, because it's not free. In the beginning, you can do email, Twitter marketing and stuff, but your big methods or your systems, they're not going to be free. So, for me, buying my beat site or the memberships and what have you, and all of these subscriptions that I have to invest in monthly, where the money was coming from, you know what I mean? A lot of the common story. I told you I applied for Walmart years ago and never got a call back. And from that point on, I never really was. It deterred me from even trying to find a job. You know what I mean? It deterred me from trying to find a job. Now, in that aspect, I'm kind of thankful for that, because that made me go harder with the music anyway. But as an artist, it's not that easy, because people aren't looking for beats. I mean, people are looking for beats. They're not looking for music. They're not necessarily looking for new music artists. You know what I mean? So as an artist, I definitely understand having to find that source of income that's going to sustain you and allow you to keep on doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because we know it has to be done. We know it has to be done. Like nobody's giving anything out here, bro. You know what I mean? Nobody's giving anything out here. So I definitely understand a lot. I definitely understand how constricting that can be, and trying to manage the time on top of that. You know what I mean? The time on top of that. I know a lot of people do doubles. You work double shifts. You know what I mean? 12 hours a day. By the time you get off, you're tired. You're spent. You know what I mean? You spent. So trying to find that extra bit of strength just to go to the studio or just to write records or to manage your career, it's a lot. I won't lie to you guys. I definitely understand. I know that as musicians or as artists specifically, you're up against a lot. You know what I mean? You're definitely up against a lot. You know what I mean? But have no fear. Have no fear. We're gonna talk about some things or some perspectives or approaches that you can apply to your career so that you won't have to do so much busy work. You know what I mean? My job requires me to travel a lot, and I don't get to put the time I would like into my music. But when I had a local job, I wasn't making the money I feel like needed to seriously put in music. Okay, bet. See, it's a balance. You know what I mean? I understand. It's a balance. It's a balance of life. Life is all about balances, to be honest with you. Life is all about balances. Trying to figure out where how to not lack in any areas, or how to maintain stability in multiple areas as well. Not just your income, but also the amount of time that you have to do your tasks and the things in your leisure, in your free time. You know what I mean? Have you ever thought about taking your setup on the road with you? Kendall, have you ever thought about that, bro? I read a book, and I also heard a podcast. There was this guy who was building an incredible brand for himself by setting up his recording studio or his recording setup in his car. You know what I mean? Is it the best place to record? Honestly, not. But I've actually mixed a few records that were recorded in a vehicle, and they don't sound bad. They actually don't sound bad. It's not the best on the market, but it's marketable. You know what I mean? All we want to make sure is that our music is marketable. Once it's marketable, we can figure out all the other things later. You know what I mean? But it's about establishing a start somewhere. You know what I mean? I would definitely look into building your own setup that's mobile. You know what I mean? Once you have a mobile setup, you can find the time or you can you can craft a workflow that's going to work for you while you're on the road. You know what I mean? And then you can get it sent off to a producer or to an engineer to get mixed and mastered, and you can still have your music catalog building. You know what I mean? But that's what we have to do. You see how we are presented with problems in life, but we can't allow them to be problems for too long, or else we won't move anywhere. You know what I mean? Whether we're presented with the problem of insufficient financial capability, whether we're presented with the problem of insufficient time, you know what I mean? Or whether we're presented with the problem of blatant fear, just plain fear. We got to figure out some way around it. You know what I mean? If it's a financial situation, maybe we need to get a better maybe we need to get better employment or seek better employment. I know that's hard, but you got to fill out application. If you got to fill out applications every week, every month, go every day, you got to do that. You know what I mean? Because sooner or later, something's going to shake. Something's going to shake. Now you get yourself in a better financial position. You may find yourself at a shortage or at a loss for time. Invest in a setup that you can take mobily or that you can take on the road with you. And once you get to a stopping point, or once you get on, maybe lunch break or something, I don't know, we can figure it out. You know what I mean? We can definitely figure it out, but we got to try first. We got to try first. You know what I mean? You get yourself a nice setup, which I can tell you exactly what you need. I can tell you exactly what you need. Your whip might be looking foolish by the time you leave out your driveway, but I can show you exactly what you need in order to set up a decent recording studio for yourself so you can get your music recorded and you can get it sent off preferably here or elsewhere to get mixed and mastered. And we, you know what I mean? We can make that happen. We can make that happen. And on the financial end, also, studio time. I know studio time for some people, it's a hassle. It's a hassle trying to integrate studio time into what you're doing. You know what I mean? Some people would prefer to have 12-hour sessions or 4-hour sessions, 5-hour sessions, but may not have the money to do so. In the event that that's the case, investing in a personal studio will be the best idea or the best thing that you've ever done. You save yourself so much money because it's in your possession. You can stay in the studio or you can have your setup to your disposal for 12 hours at a time or for 10 hours at a time all day on your days off, and you can just record music. Now, the only thing that you would have to spend money on is getting your songs mixed and mastered. You know what I mean? You can save yourself thousands of dollars. You can save yourself thousands of dollars if you do invest in your own setup. Just take what I'm telling you guys into consideration. Take what I'm telling you into consideration. Everything that I'm saying right now is all for the sole purpose of of getting out of the act of being a part-time artist. You know what I mean? Every day, something about your music career needs to be expanded. Every day, you need to be learning something new about your music career, or every day you need to be testing new things about your music career. And once you've gotten in the mode or in the act of doing something with your career every day, then we could talk about how to make sure that your brand is growing. How to make sure that your brand is growing. How to make sure that even when you're off working or even when you're on the clock, people are still getting your message. People are still seeing your music. People are still subscribing to your YouTube. People are still wondering who this new artist is. How can I get in touch with this new artist? You know what I mean? A lot of busy work is going on nowadays, bro. A lot of busy work, and a lot of individuals are doing this what I would call the hard way. You know what I mean? Now, what I've learned is I do not tell people what to do. I don't tell anybody what to do with their time, with their money, or with their resources. I can only recommend. But I've been saying this for a long time. I strongly recommend that you not only promote your music through your personal page by posting. You know what I mean? By posting on your own. If you're doing that, you're already burning too much time. You're already burning too much time, and you don't have the time necessary to stick to that. You don't have the time necessary to post every day with your music when you're trying to get your music career off the ground. You know what I mean? You just don't have the time to do it. Maybe you do, but if you got too much time on your hands, then you may not have enough money to do so. If you got too much money, you may not have enough time. You got to find a balance. You got to find a balance to do. You got to find a balance of doing these things. You know what I mean? You got to find a balance of doing these things, but just make sure that you're trying to do something every day. I don't care if it's just for an hour or two. Make sure you're working on something with your music career. I guarantee you'll start seeing better results. You know what I mean? I guarantee you'll start seeing better results. What we tend to do is we tend to get in the act of stabbing at, small things whenever we got a quick second, or we're not willing to say, I'll do it for an hour. I'll do something for an hour today because we want to do it all day. You know what I mean? We got to learn how workflows work. We got to learn how workflows work, and we have to learn how to integrate our careers into our everyday lives. You know what I mean? When I first started, my career as a producer was shadowed by all sorts of irrelevant things. You know what I mean? Irrelevant things and some important things. Of course, you have families, you have jobs, you have things to do. But I noticed that so many irrelevant things were shadowing my career as a producer. Fast forward a few years later, this is all it is. You know what I mean? All it is. Whenever somebody calls my phone, 9 times out of 10, it's about music. It's about beats. It's about recording. It's about mixing. It's about mastering. My whole life has centered around me being a producer. You know what I mean? You need to make that your life. You need to make your life centered around the fact that you're an artist. When people approach you in the street, they don't need to say, they don't even need to know you by your government name anymore. You know what I mean? That's how you know when you're working. That's how you know when you're putting in work every day. You need to be putting in work every day. When people approach you in the street, they don't need to say, "What's up, Charles? What's up, Mike?" You know what I mean? They need to address you by your artist name. And the only way they'll do that is if they see you working on it every day. Only way they'll do that is if they see that you're taking this serious. If they see that all the irrelevant stuff that you used to do, you ain't doing it no more because you're focused on your career more than not. You know what I mean? I'm only recommending. But like the title of this live chat says, part-time career, part-time results. You feel me? I know it's a very frustrating feeling as an artist when you put music out. Nobody gives you that credibility that you think you deserve. I know it's a frustrating feeling when you put a video out and it doesn't break past 100, or you keep on getting the same amount of views, but they're slowly dwindling. You know what I mean? I know it doesn't feel good as an artist when you putting projects out, or when you decide to put out one post today about your artistry, it doesn't get a lot of engagement, but you put out something else, or you share something else about another artist even, and it blows up on your own page. I know it doesn't feel good, but I'm going to tell you what that means. It means that right now, your real estate as an artist, people just don't believe in it. They don't believe in it because they don't see you in it enough. They don't see you in it enough. They don't see you taking your career serious enough for them to support it. You know what I mean? They don't see you taking your career serious enough to support it. Now you ask yourself this question. If you had a business that was in your area, if there was a business that was in your area that had terrible customer service, didn't treat people well, were embezzling money, were misusing the services, and all of the turnovers were terrible, they didn't have your products done in time, would you stand behind that? You wouldn't stand behind it. You know what I mean? You wouldn't stand behind it. So maybe that's a little bit off on a tangent. Maybe that's off on a tangent a little bit. Let's say if you had a establishment that they were never there at the store, they were never at the store, they never served their customers. You know what I mean? Only on Tuesdays. Only on Tuesdays is when this establishment decides I want to own an establishment, or I want to be a store owner. You know what I mean? You're not going to support that store. You're not going to go to that store. They haven't showed you that they're actually into what they're doing. You know what I mean? You haven't seen their face enough. So as an artist, are people seeing your message enough on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis? Are people seeing you be an artist, or are they seeing you be a comedian, or are they seeing you being pro-black? Whatever you do in your spare time, what are people really seeing from you? You know what I mean? What are people really seeing from you? If you're a part-time artist, that means you have all kinds of time to do everything else but the things that are going to blow your music career up. You know what I mean? But like I said, don't let me sit here and talk all day. Don't let me sit here and talk all day and lecture you guys. I know a lot of you may feel salty about it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that you do, but a lot of people feel salty about certain situations or certain topics because it relates directly to them. You know what I mean? I understand that, but hey, only thing we trying to do is get you out the rut. We trying to get you out the mud. We got to get you out the mud here. But at the same time, if you have any questions, make sure you ask those. Make sure you ask your questions. Make sure you don't let yourself sit in the dark. Don't hit my inbox later about it. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to be able to respond. I'm still responding to so many different emails or so many different inboxes, so many different text messages from weeks before. You know what I mean? So make sure you ask those questions now. You know what I mean? But I understand. I understand where you are as an independent artist. I understand where you are as a musician. It's just not a cool place to be in because more than not, we feel you may feel as if the people that are in your circle should support you or be pushing your music more than they are. You know what I mean? You may feel that your career should be at a different level because so many people support or tell you that they have your back with your career, but you see the truth. You see the honest truth. You know what I mean? You see the honest truth. You'll watch people in your circle play other artists before they play your music in their snaps when they know that that'll get you more exposure. So we can't really depend on people like that. How I go about getting mix and master from you? I'll tell you what, bro. Here is my email. Here's my email. You know what I mean? You can always contact me about mixing and mastering. Any services that you need as a musician, contact me. You know what I mean? We'll get you straight, bro. We'll get you straight. You know what I mean? That's on YouTube. Dream Greedy asked me about mixing and mastering service. Anybody who needs mixing and mastering services, just let me know. You know what I mean? Let me know, and we'll make that happen for you. Only thing we got to make sure is that it's recorded in a quality setting. If it's recorded in a quality setting, we can mix it and we can master it. You know what I mean? So also, if you got any questions about that, let me know about what a quality recording is and how you can get one. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I mean? That's you see it. You see that people just aren't supporting your music, or people may not even know that you rap. They don't even know that you sing. They don't know that you have a project out. They don't know that you are pursuing your music career on another level than you were, on a different level than you were yesterday or last week, last month, last year. They don't know that. But we can't blame these people for that. We can't blame them. You know what I mean? The only people we could blame is ourselves. The only people we could blame is ourselves. If you putting music out, or if you're a musician, if you're an artist, you got to realize that there's a term called relevancy. There's a term called relevancy, and it's kind of like points. If you haven't built up enough relevancy points for people to start supporting your music, you just ain't gonna make it. You just ain't gonna make it. People aren't going to take you serious. People aren't going to take you serious. They're not going to look at you as a rapper. They're not going to look at you as a singer. They're not going to look at you as an artist. You know what I mean? You're just going to be bro that they see in the club every Saturday. You're going to be sis that they see wherever in the establishment every Saturday, every Sunday, whatever days. You know what I mean? You gotta have enough relevancy. And the only way to do that is for you to put out content. Careful with what I'm saying, though. I'm not saying music. I'm not saying just music. You can put out music, but be careful how you put your music out. You got to put out content. You got to put out content. Let people know that you're still in this race or in this marathon. You know what I mean? The music career is a marathon. It's not a race for you to get done quick. It's not a race for you to put out music and say, all right, I put out a song this week. I don't got to do nothing else until my next release. I put out a mixtape. I don't have to do anything else until my next mixtape. Or I just put out another mixtape. Come on, bro. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. You see these companies, all they do is promote. You got companies out here, all they do is promote. All they do is promote and let you know that they still in the race. They still running. They still doing their thing. You know what I mean? I don't care how many millions of dollars any company has made. They're not going to stop promoting. They're not going to stop promoting, and they're not going to stop letting you know, hey, I exist. You know what I mean? We get bombarded by like 2,000, I think 2,000 different promotions per day as human beings. Everywhere you look, there's some kind of promotion in your face, trying to get you to buy something, trying to get you to invest time in something, trying to get you to check out their establishment, trying to get you to buy their products. You feel me? It's always every day. If you look to the left of you, you might see a product with a brand on it, and somehow, some way they got you to buy that. If you turn on the television, it's always somebody promoting something to you. You see 1,000 to 2,000 different promotions per day. You feel me? So when you see 2,000 different things per day, and all you did was promote your song or your video, all you did was promote that one day out the month. All you did was promote your video one day out the month. Meanwhile, people are seeing 2,000 or 1,999 other different promotions. You feel me? You just got lost. You got lost in the sauce, bro. You got lost. They don't care. Oh, they don't remember. They won't remember until they see you again. But you ain't even posting nothing daily. You ain't making posts daily. It's a gnat in here, bro. You ain't making posts daily so you can keep yourself relevant. You ain't putting out pictures. You're not doing any of that. You're not going live. You don't even use your stories. You don't even use your stories. Be careful with where you put your time as an artist. Where you put your time as an artist. You got to be careful, bro. You are a business. You are a brand. And you're in competition with every other artist out here. You in competition with every other company. You know what I mean? Anytime somebody chooses to spend money elsewhere and not with your establishment, you lost. You know what I mean? Anytime somebody chooses to spend money on, I don't know, a shirt from JCPenney, when they could have bought your merchandise, but you didn't promote it enough, you lost. Every time somebody takes their money elsewhere and not spend it with you because you're not putting yourself out there enough, you're doing this part-time so they don't even know that you exist. Anytime that happens, it's happening right now. It's happening right now. There are people buying merchandise from artists right now. You missing out. You missing out. And I'm going to tell you why. You're approaching your career as a part-time artist. You are approaching your career as a part-time artist. People don't believe that you do this seriously. You know what I mean? People don't believe that you do this seriously. It doesn't matter how many videos you put out. It doesn't matter how much money you show in your videos. It don't matter how many people are in your videos. It don't matter what your features are. You know what I mean? You can have the dopest feature by the hottest artist out right now. But if they're not seeing you do this every day, if they're not seeing from you or hearing from you every day as an artist, or if you're not working on your career every day, doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. You got to be consistent. You got to be consistent in order to be relevant. You know what I mean? You got to be consistent in order to be relevant. And I don't mean drop a song every day. I don't mean drop a song every week. That's ridiculous. You know what I mean? That's ridiculous. But you got to use your music. You have to leverage your music in order to bring people in. I got to get that net, bro. I got to get that net. That's on me. Now, you have to use your music to leverage people or to leverage as a magnet for people to come in. So with that being said, somebody tell me, if I wanted to get my music out to a large amount of people every day, even when I'm on the clock, even when I'm doing other things, even when I'm not able to post on my timeline, or even when I'm not able to post on my stories, how can I do that? How can I make sure that my music is always getting out to new people in the midst of me doing other things? Now, that's the key. That's the key. You know what I mean? That's the key. How can I make sure my music is always getting out to new people? How can I make sure that new people always have an opportunity to see my music, even when I'm not in front of a computer or my phone? Carell said, thank you. Consistent. Exactly. It's consistency, bro. Dolo said advertisement. Mono said advertisement. No doubt. No doubt. I know you guys know. You know what I mean? You guys know. You guys know emails. Word. Now that's next level. That's next level. Emails is next level. I won't say don't try email marketing right now, but I'm just gonna tell you guys up front, as artists, it is hard as hell for you to apply email marketing to your careers. But if you do so, if you do it successfully, then my hat's off to you. My hat's off to you. And we just may have to go in the business together. You know what I mean? But you can try if you like, but I'm just letting you know off rip. Email marketing is difficult in this day and age for artists. You know what I mean? But it's many different options. But as of right now, your advertisements are going to be your most powerful tool for you to make sure that your message or your music is constantly in front of these people's faces. Your music is constantly in front of these people's faces. You know what I mean? You see all these commercials on television. They're not free. People are paying for those. These companies are paying for those commercials. They're paying every day or every month. They take a lump sum and they put it into their music. Okay, I got that. No doubt. For sure, send it over, bro. I'll check you out. But companies are paying every day, or they're paying all the time for those promotions and for those for those commercials. They're paying for it. They even using Facebook ads now. I know I've noticed that over the years. I started using Facebook ads like 5-6 years ago, maybe a little bit longer or a little bit shorter than that. But I can tell you that there was a time when nobody was doing it. It was so foreign. So we had an opportunity to get on, and we had an opportunity to make some good decisions and get a lot of success from the method. You can still do that today, but the difference is now you got $1 million companies doing the same thing. So that must tell you something. It must tell you that it's a working method. You know what I mean? Back in the day when you only used to see small businesses use social media or Facebook ads, you know, maybe you said to yourself, that might work. You know what I mean? It might work. But when you see McDonald's doing it, when you see Burger King doing it, you see Wendy's, you see Gatorade doing it, you see Nike doing it, you see Louis Vuitton doing it, Gucci doing it, everybody's doing it, Balenciaga's doing it, everybody's doing Facebook ads, everybody's marketing themselves on the internet. You got to jump on it. You know what I mean? You got to jump on it. As an artist, it'll take your music career to a whole nother level. It'll take your music career to a whole nother level. And free bands. Say free bands. What you mean, bro? you got to let me know what you mean. You mean like a shout out, or you mean as to what we're talking about? You know what I mean? Because honestly, in the long run, this is all free money, yo. It's all free money. If you consistently put your message out enough to the point where enough people have an opportunity to buy into your brand, it's free money in the long run when you get your back ends. When you get your back ends, when so many people are streaming your music, when so many people are know who you are, you know what I mean? When your brand is powerful, when you develop a powerful brand, there's no limit to what you can do. You know what I mean? There's no limit to the amount of ways that you can make money. You feel me? Your music is only a tool, bro. Your music is only a tool. You know what I mean? So making music is the magnet, or it's a tool that you draw people in with, but ultimately you want them to respect you as a brand. You want people to respect you as a brand. Once they do, yo, this guy over here with the check who owns $1 million company, he doesn't care whether you rap or not. All he knows is that his daughter wants you to perform at her party. So he's willing to pay you 50 grand, or he's willing to pay you 20 grand, 30 grand so you can come out and perform. You know what I mean? Once your brand is powerful enough, it doesn't matter if you rap, or it doesn't matter if you sing. All that Nike knows is people love your brand, or your brand is powerful, so they're gonna pay you $1 million to sponsor or to endorse their brand. You know what I mean? Or for them to endorse you. It's not about the music. You know what I mean? It's not about the music. Look at what situation can I bring up? Look at Lil Baby. How he got that endorsement by Doritos for that little challenge they were doing. Make sure I don't unplug my camera. Look at how Lil Baby got that endorsement by Doritos for that challenge that they're doing. Now you tell me, or go to the CEO of Doritos and tell him to sing a Lil Baby song. He probably don't know. He probably doesn't know. He doesn't even care. He doesn't know. You know what I mean? Tell him to sing every song off of Lil Baby's album. He don't care. All he knows is Lil Baby has a brand and people love the music, or people love his brand. So let's pay him 200 grand, or let's pay him however much we're going to pay him in order to endorse, or in order to promote our products. You feel me? But that wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen if there was no brand behind it. You know what I mean? That wouldn't happen if Lil Baby wasn't consistently staying in front of his audience, if he wasn't consistently making sure that people saw his face or his brand. You know what I mean? So you got to ditch the idea that it's about music. This is not about music, bro. It's not about music. You know what I mean? You put your song out, but once you put that song out, you need to be promoting it every day. And everything else, you need to be focusing on building your brand, or you need to be focusing on promoting and building your brand every single day. Every single day, not just one day out the week. Not just one day out the week. You cannot be a part-time artist out here, but expect full-time results. You cannot be a part-time artist and expect full-time results. It's just not going to work the way that you think. You know what I mean? It's not going to work the way that you think. There is no artist out here right now that's reaping the benefits of a career and not doing something every day about their career. You know what I mean? Not independent anyway. And then once you get to a certain point, you can pay people to handle this kind of stuff for you. But now, as of now, you're the only person you got. You know what I mean? You're the only person you got right now. So you need to focus. You need to tighten up. You need to double down, and you need to start putting content out, or you need to start doing something with your career every single day. What's the best way to go about building your brand? The best thing that I can tell you is consistency, bro. You know what I mean? There's no magic tool, or there's no magic way to build a brand, because I'm going to tell you what a brand is. I'm going to tell you what it is. It is the way that other people perceive your message or your business. You feel me? So we all know when dealing with other people, or when dealing with real live people, it's not really, there's no way that you can force somebody to like what you're doing. You can't force somebody to like your music or go and listen to your music whenever. You can't force somebody to download your songs. So it's not really about how to build a brand, but more so how to stay consistent. How to stay consistent so that these people consistently see you and see your face and consistently hear about your music, so that they can make that decision on their own. You know what I mean? They have to make the decision on their own. That's the realistic part about it. You know what I mean? There's no way for you to systematically build a brand per se, but if it's like building a friendship, you know what I mean? It's like building a friendship with everybody who you want to, well, with the people who want to buy into your music. You know what I mean? When you first meet somebody, you're not going to be open to being friends with them. You're not going to be open to them knowing your personal information. You're not going to be open to them knowing your name even or where you stay. But if you guys meet up at the same cafe or at the same bar every day or every weekend, you know what I mean? Or at the same job every weekend, you're going to build a relationship with them. You're going to build a relationship, and after like a month or so, maybe you consider them a friend. After 2 years, you consider them a close friend. You know what I mean? It's similar with music. It's very similar with music or with branding, period. It's very similar with branding. You are consistently meeting people, or you're consistently running into people. They're checking out your content. They're hearing your music. They're seeing your videos. They're seeing your stories. They're seeing your post on social media. You know what I mean? They may see you in person when you travel, and you're building a brand. You're building a relationship with them. You know what I mean? You're building a relationship with them. So the best thing that I can tell you about building a brand is building your consistency on your platforms. You know what I mean? You got to build your consistency on your platforms, and you have to learn how to keep your message in the air, how to keep people looking at, how to keep your videos popping up in front of people's face, how to keep your singles in front of people's face, the same way that you see a commercial on television. You know what I mean? They beat it into your head. They beat it into your head. And it's not that it's low quality. You know what I mean? Some people or some companies actually have good products, but they still have to beat it into your head so you can get up and go buy it. You know what I mean? They still have to beat it in your head so you can go and buy it. So it's all about consistently making sure that your content is out there. You got to consistently make sure that your content is out there. That's what builds brands. That's what builds brands, and that's what makes people fall in love with your brand or you as an artist. You know what I mean? Having good music is not enough anymore. Just having good music is not enough anymore. Just saying I rap, you know what I mean? I rap and I'm the hottest in my city, or I'm this and I'm that. I got a video out. My video was shot by this person, and I got a feature with that person. I got the beat from here and there. They don't care. It doesn't matter, bro. It's all about who you are as a person. People want to see who you are. You know what I mean? The people want to see who you are, and you got to give them that. You got to give them that. But that's the best way that I can describe brand building, bro. You know what I mean? That's the best way that I can describe brand building. Don't worry so much about building the brand, but just make sure that your message is out there on a consistent basis for the people who are likely to buy into your brand. It's all about your message. You know what I mean? It's all about your message. I'm dropping keys today. You know what I mean? I'm dropping keys today. I'm not saying too much, but I'm saying a mouthful. I'm not saying too much, but I'm saying a mouthful. And imagine you doing that every day for the next 6 months. You know what I mean? Imagine you putting your message out there every day for the next 6 months. I want you to try that, bro. You know what I mean? It's going to be rocky in the beginning because you may not be sure what you want to put out or what you want to release. But from this day forward, starting tomorrow, tonight, I want you to craft your brand. I want you to really figure out what your brand is going to be. I want you to really figure it out. And I want you to consistently put that message out every day for the next 6 months. For the next 6 months. And tell me if nothing changes. I guarantee you that you'll see change. I'm not guaranteeing that you'll be rich overnight. I'm not. But I'm guaranteed that your brand and your perception to the people that are watching is going to change. They're going to definitely see you as a professional artist. They're going to definitely see you as somebody who really wants to make a successful music career. You know what I mean? Hey, 9 months, that's all the better. That's all the better. You know what I mean? 6 months is enough to make something shake. 6 is enough to make something shake. But once you pass that 6 and you go on to 9, once you go on to like a year or 2 years, I wouldn't be surprised if you end up getting signed, or if you end up making a lot of money with your music career if you consistently put out content about your message or your brand message for 2 years straight. There's no way. It's no way that you're not going to make good progress, bro. 6-month plan on branding is exactly what execs and business people ask if you have. Exactly. You know what I mean? They looking for it, bro. They looking for it. I'm not telling you guys things that I think personally. I'm telling you exactly what the industry is requiring and what they're doing. I'm telling you exactly what a label is doing for their new artists. They put out 6-month campaigns, a single campaign. Let's push this single for 6 months. Let's push this single for 12 months and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. You know what I mean? If we have a hit in the next 6 months, then we know we need to take this artist more serious and we don't need to shelf him, or we don't need to push back the release date on his project. We don't need to push back on his budget. You know what I mean? So in the next 6 months, that artist needs to be grinding. That artist needs to be grinding, and they need to make sure that that single is getting to every ear that it could possibly get to. You know what I mean? Not putting out all kinds of music so people don't even know you for a specific song. All they know is you just put out music. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Pick one single, and if you have a project, that's cool. But push that project for the next 6 months. Don't put out anything else. That's enough. You know what I mean? That's enough for you to do what you need to do. We having a clothing line and record label being different from everyone. No doubt. Jungle Baby, that's not a bad idea. You can leverage your music with the clothing line. You know what I mean? You can leverage your music from your clothing line. I'm always telling cats like this, yo. You're not selling music. You know what I mean? You are not selling music nowadays. Your music is not what you're selling, because as an artist or as a consumer, I can get free music for $10, if that makes any sense. I can go to Apple Music and I can pay $10, $9, $5 on a student discount, and I can get all the free music that I want for eternity or for my lifetime. You are not selling music. Your music is a leverage point. So Jungle Baby says he has a clothing line along with his record label. You can leverage your music off of that. You sell a piece of clothing, you also give them those stream links. You also give them your music. You know what I mean? And that's how you prosper. That's how you prosper, because you realize that you're not selling music. You know what I mean? You're not selling music. You're selling your brand, you're selling your time, and you're selling your merchandise. Your music is only a leverage point. That's it. You know what I mean? Your music is only a leverage point. Anybody, if you ever catch anybody out here saying they're trying to get rich off of selling music, or they're trying to get rich off of iTunes, they're trying to get rich off of Spotify, wish them luck, bro. Wish them luck. You know what I mean? Wish them luck, because they in for it. They are in for it. That ain't the move. That's not the move. We're not out here selling music. I'm selling beats as a producer. You know what I mean? But I sell beats to you guys because you need beats. But as artists, you are not selling music to your fans or to potential fans. You're not selling music to people. You are selling your brand. It's something about you that they like. It's something about you that they have to like. It's something about you that they have to buy into. It's something about you and your brand that makes them want to come to a show and see you over everybody else. You know what I mean? It's something about you that makes people want to see you on stage. You feel me? When it's something about you that makes people want to open up for you. That's what your brand is. You're not selling music. They love your music, and that's what makes them buy into your brand, but you got to sell something else. You got to sell something else. So else you're not going to get what's due to you. You know what I mean? You're not going to get what's due to you if all you're doing is selling music or trying to sell music. Selling music in a day and age where music is free or where all the music in the world costs $10 a month. You can't sell music. We do it all. We do it because we love doing it. That's what's going to keep you in the game for a long time, bro. That's what's going to keep you in the game for a long time. You know what I mean? A lot of people are doing this trying to get rich tomorrow. They're trying to get rich tomorrow. And that's another reason why people take the part-time approach. I'll just do here and there until it starts to blow up. You know what I mean? Then when it blows up, I'll take it serious. No, you got to love it and you got to do it serious now. That's the only way that your career is ever going to go anywhere beyond mediocrity. I'm trying to get this gnat out of here, man. Keep on flying across my face. But that's the only way. The only way is if you consistently do this every day. You know what I mean? If you just put out a single, ride that single for the next 6 months. Ride it until the end of this year, to be honest with you. That's the only way that it's going to gain any traction, is if you ride it until the end of the year. Learn advertisement. You need to be advertising every day, and you need to be working on building your brand. Start using stories. Use Facebook stories. You need to start using that every day. If you want to make a post or a picture post once a week, that's fine too. I would say more than that, but just to start so you can get yourself into motion. You can make a picture post for your fans or your audience to see your face, but you need to start using those stories. You need to start posting things, maybe your personal opinion on stuff. Now, I'm not telling you to get controversial with it, but do all of this. Make sure that everything that you do, more than not, is about you as an artist. It's about people knowing, yo, this person is taking their career serious. This person is doing this every day. You know what I mean? This person put out music for the past, or not music, but this person put out something about their music career every day for the past 6 months, for the past year. I got no choice but to look at them as a professional artist or as a serious artist. You feel me? And then next thing you know, more eyes get on you. You know what I mean? More eyes get on you because now people are saying your name. People are saying your name to the right people. And before you know it, you may have a large fan base independently, or you may have a budding fan base and looking at a good deal from a label. But you gotta do this every day. You know what I mean? I understand. I understand that life takes over sometimes. You may not have the time to go to the studio. You may not have the time to record at home. Hey, pack it all up, put it in your back seat on your lunch breaks. You better go in. You know what I mean? You better go in. It's possible. I've seen it done. As I said, I've mixed music from vehicles. I've mixed music that have been recorded in vehicles. They send it over. It doesn't sound the best, but it sounds decent enough to get a clean mix and master on it. You know what I mean? So I know it can be done. If you don't got the time to record at home, or if you don't got the time to record in the studio, put it in the back seat, or invest in a booth, not a booth, invest in recording software and hardware, and take it on the road, bro. Take it on the road. DC, what's good with you, man? Darrell, what's good with you? Pretty Stacks, what's good with you? You got to do what you got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do. Every day you need to be doing something with your music. Every single day. You know what I mean? Every single day. Every single day. You ever notice that? What do you think love and hip hop would be if they didn't have something going on every day? What do you think love and hip hop would be if all of those individuals didn't have something going on every single day? No matter how real or fake people think it is, they have to give the perception that those artists have something going on every day. Don't say I gotta head out just like any other week. Appreciate the knowledge, bro. You dropping. Much love, Dolo. Much love. Hit me up about your schedule this week too, bro. Apologies I couldn't get you in yesterday. You know what I mean? Baby shower things and what have you, man. So I got home so late. I was out of it, but I was spent. You know what I mean? But hit me up about your schedule this week, bro. Appreciate you for coming through. Instagram is about to go off anyway. You know what I mean? Everybody who tuned in on Instagram, appreciate you guys for coming through. We on Facebook still, but we probably about to get off on there in a little bit too. But I would recommend tuning in on Facebook because it doesn't kick us off after an hour. But appreciate you guys, man. Much love. Nothing much, man. Nothing much. Did you get a chance to check out the Beauty and the Best track I sent you? I'm not sure, bro. I'm not sure. You may have to resend it. You may have to resend it. You know what I mean? My apologies, bro. But like I said, man, it's crazy. I'm dealing with a lot of clients. I'm at an all-time high at how many clients I'm dealing with and how many people I'm actually providing services for. So sometimes it just gets lost. It just gets lost in the sauce, bro. It gets lost in all the madness. You know what I mean? But resend it, bro. Resend it. I'll be happy to check it out. You know what I mean? I'll be happy to check it out. But yeah, man, you got to make this a full-time thing. You got to make this a full-time thing. I'm gonna say it again. You need to be if you've already dropped a record or a project, you don't need to drop any more music for the next 6 months. All you need to do is consistently promote the current record or the current EP, current mixtape that you have out. Promote it daily. You know what I mean? And the only way to do that successfully is advertisements. Once you promoting that daily, you can you pin email? Let me see. Actually I can. Let me do that on this on the computer. You need to be promoting that daily. And not only that, but you need to be putting out content on a daily as well. Posts, stories, pictures, so people can know that you're really doing this. And I'm not talking about any regular pictures either. If you got to get a photo shoot done, go do that. You know what I mean? You could find a decent photographer who could take exceptional pictures, very professional. Excuse me. And you could have a whole portfolio like you should. As an artist, you should have a portfolio. You could have a whole portfolio, and all you do is put out 1 or 2 pictures every week. You know what I mean? I would prefer you to put out nice pictures, maybe like, iPhone or updated pictures, like smartphone pictures, like every day. But you still want to have those jumps that pop out like, boom, I'm a professional. I look professional. You know what I mean? Let me see. My email is golden at 2gbeats.com. There we go. That's my email, bro. You know what I mean? That's my email. I wish I could put my my program in the it's not gonna let me put it. I figured that. I definitely figured that. Let me try this one then. At the moment, me and Facebook are in a battle. They're not letting me put anything that has to do with my website on Facebook. You know what I mean? That's all cool. I'm working on getting it resolved. But once I do, I'll be able to put the link for my program in the description of the live chats. You know what I mean? That way, some of you guys may already be a part of it. If you've been receiving my emails and you've been getting notifications about new beats and live chats and stuff like that, you're already in the program. But if not, once we get this situation fixed with Facebook, we'll be able to add you to it so you can get the knowledge that you need as well. You know what I mean? But you gotta be doing this every day, man. I will send you and you in 2 days. No doubt. Jungle Baby, that's dope. I respect that, bro. I respect that. Make sure, you know what I mean? Make sure it's right. You feel me? For sure. Yeah, Facebook is silly. It's silly, man. It's real silly. I don't know why. I think somebody may have marked my content as harmful or something like that. They're saying, but it's cool. It's cool. Hopefully they get it resolved. You feel what I'm saying? I would hate to have to revamp everything, like my entire website, like my domain name and stuff. I don't want to have to do that. You know what I mean? I already have too much into it. But hopefully we can get the situation resolved in a timely manner, and whatever we can do and get things back on the road. But we just keep on pushing, man. We got to keep pushing, and we got to keep on elevating. I'm just glad that I'm able to still communicate with you guys so you can know what you got to do. You know what I mean? So you can know what you got to do. Artists cannot be part-time. You know what I mean? Even when you're not getting paid, that's when you need to be going the hardest. That's when you need to be going the hardest. When the money ain't coming in. What do you charge for missing the mastering? Hit my inbox, bro. Hit my inbox. I have matter of fact, see, I can't even post my page, but I have a price chart and everything, but I can't send you the link to it because Facebook is blocking my website. But hit my inbox and I'll email it to you. I'll email you the page where you can check all of that stuff out, and you can choose the best package for you, and we can keep it moving like that. You know what I mean? Part-time artist versus full-time. Part-time anything only gets part-time results. You know what I mean? Part-time anything can only get part-time results. You feel me? There's a big difference. It's a big difference. All of the things in your life that are taking up the time, besides the most important, of course, you got to have income. You got to have time with your family and stuff like that. I get that. But those times where you could be in the crib working on music, or you could be in the crib learning something, but you decide to go out with the fellas or the girls, you know what I mean? Think about it. Can you do without that? You can. You can live without it. You can live without a few weeks of not going out. You know what I mean? But your music career can't live if you don't dedicate daily time to it. At least an hour a day is what I'm asking you guys to do. I'm asking you guys for an hour a day to, one, either be focused on your promotion, two, educate yourself on advertisements, three, focus on your content. As far as your story is involved, your pictures, getting your portfolio right, all of these kind of things. You know what I mean? Give them all. That's all I know. That's how we got to do it, bro. That's how we got to do it. Ain't nobody giving us nothing. Ain't nobody giving us nothing. You know what I mean? Nobody giving us nothing. So we got to go all the way. We got to go all the way. Yeah, that's it. I don't know why 2G Beats, and then put .com behind it. You know what I mean? You put .com behind it, and that'll let you do it. You know what I mean? See, when you put the .com, it's just going to reject it. You know what I mean? It's just going to reject it. But yeah, that's it right there, bro. Nah, man, but that was that's pretty much it for today's topic. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it for today's topic. But before we get out of here, does anybody else have any questions or anything that they want to ask about their music career? Before we do get out of here, does anybody else have anything or any questions that they want to ask about their careers? For sure, bro. For sure. I'm with it. You know what I mean? I'm with it. I'm with it. I've seen the truth of this industry. You know what I mean? I've seen the truth. Everybody is out to get us, bro. You know what I mean? Not don't take that literal, like nobody's out to help, but you know what I mean? Everybody's out to make money off of us, but we got to make sure that we getting our cut too. You know what I mean? As producers and artists, we got to make sure that we know our business. We got to make sure that we have something established for ourselves, and we have to make sure that we know how to get the money ourselves, get the bag. You know what I mean? So that's what these live chats is all about, bro. Had to take off .com. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But that .com is so important to me as far as being able to run my advertisements and do what I need to do. You know what I mean? So I haven't been running any ads at all, besides the testing that I'm doing for independent artists. That's all I've been doing. But I'm thankful for that, though. I'm thankful for that because, it's giving me an insight and it's giving me a different perspective. Now I know more about marketing music as an artist. Since I can't use my own domain, I've been using other artists' brands and trying to get the method right. You know what I mean? I've been using their brands and trying to perfect the method of building fan bases. You feel me? And we just going about it like that, man. You know what I mean? But you know, if nobody else has any questions, man, see you on Facebook. No doubt. Jungle Baby, appreciate you for coming through. Dream Greedy, appreciate you for coming through. Everybody on YouTube, appreciate you for coming through, man. Everybody on Facebook, number 2. Everybody on Facebook, number 1. Everybody on Instagram. You know, even though Instagram doesn't give us a whole lot of time, we're not complaining though. We're not complaining. We're just gonna work with what you give us. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you guys for coming through, man. It's much love. We do this every Sunday at 6 p.m. Every Sunday at 6 p.m. So if you would like to be a part of the live chat community, all you gotta do is show up. You know what I mean? Click the bell icon on YouTube if you want to get notified as soon as we go live. Also, follow me and set the page to see first on Facebook if you want to get those same results. You know what I mean? And Instagram can do whatever Instagram want to do because you know what I mean. We already lost Instagram, so you know what I mean. It is what it is with them. But make sure that you do those. Much love, man. I love you guys, and I want to see the best come out of you. I want to bring the best out of you that I'm capable of doing as a producer. So you know what I mean? Hit my inbox if you have technically not any questions, because like I said, my inbox is crazy and you probably not going to get a timely response because, hey, like I said, I'm in the hundreds right now as of how many artists that I'm dealing with on a monthly basis. It's hectic. When you're talking about studio time, when you're talking about one-on-one consulting, when you're talking about mixing, when you're talking about mastering, when you're talking about recording, when you're talking about beats, when you're talking about music production, period, that's what I'm doing as a producer. You know what I mean? And when you do your job, when you do okay at your job, then everybody wants that service. So apologies once again if it's tough to get in touch with me throughout the week. That's why I tell you guys to ask your questions on these live chats. You know what I mean? Ask your questions on these live chats because other than that, my apologies. I'm a busy dude. You know what I mean? Then I got to have my time for Xbox. I just started playing Xbox again like 2 days ago after like 3 months, 4 months. You know what I mean? It's crazy, but you know, I got to have my personal time too. You feel me? But anyway, we're going to get up out of here, man. If you guys go look forward to my podcast with maybe two or three other co-hosts. We may be working on that too. That's for the future though. That probably might be next year or something. You feel me? Look forward to that because we're gonna be doing that. You know what I mean? But in the meantime, bro, if you guys are going anywhere tonight, make sure you stay safe. And if you're not going anywhere, also stay safe. Also, it's a crazy world out here. Just spread the love and keep your eyes open. You know what I mean? I tell you, like I tell my siblings, keep your eyes open because there's so much going on out here, man. We got to spread the love, bro. We got to spread the love. You know what I mean? But I love you guys, man. No, I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of y'all. Pretty Stats, you came a long way. You know what I mean? You came a long way. I'm proud of that. And we're going to keep on elevating. You know what I mean? We're going to keep on elevating. Y'all take care, man.